we have the first Whirlybout here. Okay,
Holy shit, he's streaming.
this will be. Hold up. This is Whirlbi and Whirlabout. Okay. Wait, no, he needs to be blue.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I can't believe I forgot to do
Yeah.
that.
Man, I really should have made him
This is
green.
little Whirl, right?
Fat. He's still fat. Look at him. He's still fucking fat.
Actually, no, you're right. I'm sorry. He's so happy. See?
He smiles.
X, is Whirlbi your most well-known character?
Actually,
Yes.
I think Vanta Black is.
I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. Look. If you look at my most popular, check this out.
Alright.
I feel like Robbie is more known than like Vanta Black, Bambi. His name is Chris. I keep forgetting his name is Chris. Holy shit.
Wait, hold up. Okay, so this is okay. So look at my stream. This is Whirlby during the event of Whirlabout. This is Whirlby in 2025.
Why is he so fat? He's so fucking obese.
And of course
he really let himself go after Whirlabout.
You gotta add the stink lines.
this is what fame does to you kids.
This is what happens when you get 21,000 views on YouTube. But yeah, you know, I actually have some good news, right? So you see this Whirlabout? Wow, that was Whirlabout yesterday, right? But I have some very good news for you, right?
Does he twirl while eating an ice cream vanilla chocolate swirl? Does he hurl at the sight of pearls?
No, listen,
Does he
listen,
earl under the curls?
I have some good news for you. Listen. He's been hitting the gym recently. See, look. See? If you look very closely, right? You can see that he's like been like lifting weights, you know? Like, ooh. And then he has his little he has this fat little body
I'm fucking crying.
He has his little whirly body here. And he's like
so fat.
He has a sleeper build.
Exactly. And look. You can see he's like working out, you see?
Yes. He's whirling out.
he's a working out little whirly, you know? Like, see he's just doing his exercise, right? You know, like you can respect that, right? I mean, like, good for him, you know?
Yes.
Like, as he should, right? But I have some other major news about Whirlabout. So, remember how Whirlabout has a wife. This is Twirlybout.
Twirly wife?
This is Twirlybout, right?
Whirlybout.
You forgot to give her the diamond Russian proportions.
Oh yeah, of course.
But why?
But listen, right? So, and this is her friend.
It's a female character. It has to be done.
This is Girlybout, not Girlybout. I'm sorry, that's her friend, but this is her other friend. This is Whirlybout, right? Whirlybout is very tall.
Long ass legs, bro.
So, Whirlybout, he comes home one day, right? To see.
Yes.
He sees Girlybout and Whirlybout, and she turns to Whirlybout and she says, "I don't love you anymore. You must leave." And see this?
Are they going lesbian mode?
This makes him very sad. You can see by the sad in his face.
Is Twirlybout dating Girlybout?
Yes, Twirlybout is dating Girlybout now. So
this
makes
is so
him
lesbian core.
very sad. And you know, he runs away, as you do, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, after this, right, Whirlabout, he kind of lets himself go a little, you know? He gets very sad. He gets a little bit fatter. And then before you know it, look at this. This is a fat Whirlabout, you know? He's a very sad Whirly. Like,
he's a very fat and obese.
But you know what though? Whirlabout, he has a really good friend who's always been there since the beginning. You have
you have
Twistybout right here, right?
Twistybout.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go because it's late and I have to wake up in 5 hours.
Twistybout.
Okay, bye, Abby.
Twistybout, he hears out the information, right? And he goes to check on
Yeah.
Whirlybout, right? And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about this, Mr. Whirlabout. And so he invites over some of Whirlabout's other friends. So he invites over Chris, Chris Vanta Black, everyone's favorite.
Yes, Chris mentioned.
Everyone likes Chris, right?
Yes, Chris is awesome. We love Chris.
Chris
And,
Vance or Black?
Chris, he comes over to try and make the Whirlybouts feel better, right?
Yes.
Like, as you do, that's like what a good friend does, right? So, they're all hanging out, it's like a party, right? Like, yay!
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris Vanta Black. And this is Twirlybout. No, wait, was it Twirlybout? I don't remember.
It was like no, it was Twisty Bout, I
Yeah,
think.
Twisty Bout. And this is Twisty Bout's like, yay, hey, we're gonna make you feel better. And then something terrible happens. You're not ready for this. It's
Oh
so
no,
scary.
what's gonna happen?
Oh no.
Whirlabout, he
He's
starts
gonna
like
do it.
rethinking his life choices, right? And then he
Yeah.
becomes. He decides that he wants to try and be better and like most other people. So you know what he becomes?
What the hell is that thing?
He becomes the version of Whirlabout the X never posted.
Oh no, that thing with
And he's
many
like, hey
rings.
guys, do I look any better now? And his friends,
People are like, no,
well,
get out of here.
they get kind of concerned, right? They're like, so you see, Curlybout, or whatever his name was, I don't remember. One of the
Twisty Bout.
Twisty Bout. Twisty
You're
Bout,
listening to
he
plot.
gets kind of uncomfortable, right? Like, oh my gosh, Mr. Whirlybout, I'm so sorry. I can't. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm sorry. I gotta leave. And then Chris Vanta Black, he also sees this, and Chris isn't very happy with this either. This is a very sudden change for Chris, and he's not ready for this kind of commitment yet, So he gets
Yeah.
kind of he gets a little bit upset, right? And well, they run off because like they're both very scared of this new Whirlybout. And this leaves our poor little friend here just alone and sad.
Oh no.
And then he starts to cry a little bit, right? Mm. and you wonder, and you think, why is he so sad? But then, Whirlybout's deformed cousin, QBout,
He's green! Oh my god, he's green!
shows up, right?
What's going on?
This is deformed cousin. This is QBout. And QBout, he takes pity on on the Whirlybouts. So he's like, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I heard what happened with like you and all your friends. Like, is there anything I can do to make you feel better? Whirlybout's like, yeah, can you just like change me back to who I was before? Because I don't really like who I am like this. So they do a complete like makeover, right? And
Yeah.
luckily for Whirlybout, he ends up like back the way he was before, right? And that's like everything's all said and good.
Yes.
But then Whirlybout, he's like, well, my wife, she still left me, And I was like, it's very sad, and I don't really know what to do, right? So then, our good friend QBout, he's like, oh, don't worry, I can make it better. And then they start making out.
Oh. Now it gets spicy.
This is the spicy scene. They're like, oh.
What is going
What
on
the hell?
anymore?
And after that, right? But they weren't wearing protection, right? So,
What?
Oh.
you know what that means?
What are you talking about?
God, is that the shot song? Oh
What are
my
you
god.
talking about, man?
So 9
Friggin'.
months, so like a few months go by, and Whirlybout, he comes to QBout's door. And QBout, well, he's not exactly a good father figure, you know? He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want the kid. I don't want the chud's son. Get it out of here. And then Whirlybout, well, he's all left alone with his little baby, and he doesn't know what to do. So he turns, he turns, and he runs away. And then QBout, because he knows he knows this would be like a losing court case, right? Well, he does what he thinks would be best in this moment, right? And well, it's not a good idea, but
Oh no, what's he gonna do?
desperate
What
times
is he
call
gonna
for desperate
do?
measures, you know? And, well, I think you can assume what happens next.
What are you doing?
Why would he do this? You might ask.
Hi, Enzo. Hi, Enzo.
You
That's crazy.
might be wondering.
What is going on?
It's the
Whirly lore,
Whirlybout
Whirly
life
lore, Whirly lore.
story. So you might be wondering,
Out a little.
why did QBout kill himself? He could have been such a good father to the Whirlybout babies.
Oh,
And well,
oh, I killed himself. No.
the police come, right? And the police, they have the question Whirlybout, right? About
Police.
and you can tell this is a police officer by the little badge right here, right?
The
The
badge. Yes,
badge.
the
The
badge.
badge. And they're like,
Oh my god.
"What? Why is there a dead guy here?" Right? So
I don't know. You should investigate it.
I should investigate. So he calls his other police friends to help out, right?
Yeah.
And soon
It's top duplication.
there's a lot of police here. And then
There's so far. Duplicating.
they think that it's tied to Whirlybout, right? Because he started all
Yeah.
all that's right. So they look through his contacts and they call up, you never guess, Girlybout, his ex-wife, although they never were like officially divorced. And she's like, "What the heck happened? How could he do this?" And they're like, then one turns to her, right? They're like,
Yeah.
one of them turns to her, right? And they're like, "Oh, that's the same image. Sorry, guys." And one turns to her, and they're like, "I don't know, ma'am. Sometimes it's the people you least expect, right?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, I cheated on you, Whirlybout. You didn't have to do this." And you know, she starts going crazy. And she accidentally twists herself into a whirly knot like this.
God, X, you're gonna love what I'm working on.
And then this
Why is
and
that?
then this little police officer here decides that maybe he likes the bow, right? So this is
Oh,
he wears the dead Whirlybout as a thing. And you know,
that's awesome.
eventually they clean up the dead Whirlybout. They all begin to leave, right? As you do, of course. But you might be asking yourself, Premium, what happened to Whirlbi Whirlybout? And well, we're about to find out. So,
Damn is.
damn is indeed. So you have
Damn
Whirlbi Whirlybout right here,
is.
right?
Oh
And
Fucking
this
pregnant one.
and this is Whirlybout's like
What is going
baby.
on?
This is Baby
the
Bout.
baby.
And
Son Bout.
they're in the hospital, right? And
Yeah. You just
Whirlybout,
came out of the womb.
yeah, exactly. Whirlybout finally
Crawling.
like gives birth to Baby Bout. And you're like, oh, it's such a happy thing in life, you know?
Oh,
Whirlybout's life has been filled with a lot of pain, right? And I don't think you guys are
How
gonna
are you
like what
feeling
happens
right now?
next. Baby Bout, well, Baby Bout doesn't make it. Baby Bout
Uh-oh.
gets turned into a thing.
The shot son.
Look what happens to baby. This is what happens to baby bout, right? You're not ready for this. This is incredibly scary. You guys will like just be taken aback by this like scary moment.
Wait, let me just read this notification I got real
That's
quick.
not it. That's not it. That's not it. And then
Oh my god.
and then I know it's so scary.
It's faded out.
And then it keeps fragmenting and fragmenting until eventually it's no more. And this leaves the recently pregnant Whirlabout very sad.
Sad.
Yes, man. Damn.
And then sad recently pregnant Whirlabout is crying, right? Wah, wah, wah. But
Oh my
a
god.
miracle happens, right?
Miracle.
And this is pretty cool.
Like miracle machine.
Whirlybout appears. And she has a lot of questions like, what the heck? How are you alive? And why aren't you dead? And, well, those might be some very intense questions, right? You might be asking, right? Like,
Yeah.
Enzo, I already know that you are like, well, what's going on here, right? Like, you must have a lot of questions.
I
So,
have a question.
what do you?
Why is one of her legs like extremely deformed?
Ozempic.
Oh damn. Okay.
And then, she's like very scared for the Whirlybout because you see Whirlybout crying, right? And that's like you don't want to see Whirlybout cry, like wah 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 wah.
It's very sad and upset.
And then, well, this is the crazy part, right? She tells Whirlybout that the entire time she was ready about from the beginning.
Brody Bell.
She cheated on Whirlbi with herself.
Oh my god.
And then you'll never guess what happens.
They're making.
But
Oh my god. There's.
this time they wore protection, unlike the last time. With
Oh, they
QBout.
banging good. They
So,
whirling it. They're whirling it real good.
they are. And you know what happens after that? They give birth to a baby Timek. Hi guys, I'm Timek.
Volume 1
What the
Timex.
fuck? What the fuck is going on anymore?
Volume 1 Timex.
What
But-
are you doing?
This is Timek we're talking about, and Timek doesn't canonically exist in the X lore. So, of course, what happens next is that X finds out about this, and X is
Oh my
angry.
God.
X. Oh.
X is
Oh
very
my God.
angry. X is like, Timek, you're not supposed to be here. This is my lore, not
Timek.
yours. And
Timek.
Timek
Timek, I'm gonna kill you, Timek.
doesn't like this. So you know what he does? He gets his little screwdriver, and he goes,
Oh.
He's just poking me with it.
What the hell?
He's just poking me with it.
My word.
and, well, X
Okay.
X doesn't like that. So X, this is the scary part, right?
It's so scary.
X transforms into Y.
No.
Why?
Y.
Let's reform.
And
That's like
you must
the
be
Why
wondering,
Man Dude 5 reference, dude.
who is this Y person, right? And
Yeah.
well, we don't have that amount of time in our budget to discuss that today.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, Y is like, wow, I can't believe you would try and kill me. And Timek, he's like, well, it's just how it is. And then Timek turns around And, well, because he's Timek, he walks away awesomely.
Oh my god.
And, well, after that, Y is here, right? And Y is really angry. So Y, he starts killing them. Like this.
No.
Ugh, I hate you. And you know what happens?
Oh,
Wait, what happened?
Y
what happened?
turns into K.
What?
And then K, you know what happens to K?
Yeah. what
Oh
happened?
my god.
K
happens
does
to
not
K?
like the K does not approve of their relationship because K is a homophobic person. So you know what K
Okay.
does?
What does K do?
K gets a gun.
Oh my god.
And you know what K does? K's like, I don't
Fucking
like
kills them.
you because you are gay. And then they turn to K and they're like, well, actually, I'm not gay. I'm Whirlabout. And then
This is so emotional.
K is all left alone after that to ponder on what the Whirlybout has said. And then well, K decides that after all these like events in life, K decides to create a song based off these real life events called Whirlabout. And that song gets big, very big, for Dave and Bambi in 2022. And that song ends up with 21K views, right? Just like K.
K, like K. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So K dips for a while, right?
Yeah.
But you know what happens is eventually the original Whirlybout is discovered, right? Like the original Whirlybout finds out about X, or in this case K, profiting off of their hard work, right? So the original Whirlybout, he doesn't like this, so he's like, K, how could you? And K's not very happy either, right? So K, you know what he does? He's like, well, you know what? Screw you, Whirlybout by no one. Whirlybout by X is better. And then Whirlybout by no one comes in and is like, hey, I hate you. And then K gets kind of scared. And then they end up like getting into a fist fight, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're landing the punches.
As you do, right? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, that hurt. Youch. They scream as they fight.
Yeah.
Yowzers. And then eventually, the police come. But because this is a fictional world, the police, I don't know if you're ready for this, right? This is the
Marcelo?
police.
Who that, bro?
Hello, my name is Marcelo.
It's
Says
Marcelo.
That's Marcelo.
It's shirtless Marcelo.
And then they turn to Marcelo and they're like, aren't you supposed to be in college? And Marcelo, in his infinite wisdom, he says, this is 2022. I'm not in college yet. And this is pretty crazy information, right? Because, like, this isn't the Marcelo we know yet. This is the Marcelo that says moldy love N-word.
Moldy love Edward.
So then they start having a dance battle, right? So shirtless Marcelo, he starts hitting his dances. You know, he's like, "Woo! I'm shirtless Marcelo, and I like to dance."
Incredible.
Whoa! I'm dancing it. I'm such a good dancer. Woo! Wow!
Sure loves dancing.
I love dancing, and you know, Whirlybout and X, right? They have to they have to work together to defeat the shirtless Marcelo.
What is up, my
and they
good
start
friends?
dance battling, but they don't understand how to dance. So shirtless Marcelo wins, right? And he
Yeah.
kills them. So this what happens next is crazy, right? Shirtless Marcelo, he walks away because he's very happy he won, right? Of course you do, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So in heaven, right? X. Let me add the little angel halo, right? And Whirlybout, right? Let me add a little angel halo too. They're in heaven, right? And they decide that they want to go talk with God, right? Finding God, that takes a little bit of time, right? So, he's a very busy man, right? But eventually, they find God. And God says to them, "Hello there, my children. What brings you here?" And, God's a very nice guy. So, they both respond same time and everything. "We want to be able to go back and defeat shirtless Marcelo in a dance battle. So can you bless us with the ability and skills to dance off against shirtless Marcelo? And then we can eradicate racism forever."
Yes. Oh my God, the plot is just
And God is
amazing.
like,
Uh,
"Yes, my children, you can go do that." So then God leaves. They get sent back all the way down to Earth, right? Maybe it takes them a few tries. There we go. And they get back to Earth, right? Eventually, as you do. And well, they're back, right? Wow, that's the Whirlabout I've known and love. And you have X here as well. And you know what? They're very determined. They're determined to win because they came back from the dead to defeat shirtless Marcelo. So they go over and they try their best to find shirtless Marcelo, right? But shirtless Marcelo actually got into a little bit of an accident, so the top of his image was cropped off a little bit. And you might feel a little bit bad, but this is shirtless Marcelo we're talking about. You can't really feel bad for him, right? So he's like, "Oh, you see, you chuds came back to dance with me again." And X and Whirlybout at the same time, they say, "Yeah, yeah, I have, yes." So they get dancing, right? And well, it's pretty crazy because they start hitting some moves. Look at that! Wow.
The crazy moves.
And then it gets to the slow section, right? It gets very jazzy. So, they start dancing back and forth. Like, whoa, whoa. I didn't know we could dance like that. But while they're dancing, the real villain of the story appears. And you know who that is? Because I don't think you guys know.
Not ready for this.
I
I
don't even know what I walked in on. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are ready for the real villain of the story. And that villain is Beta Bamberg Face.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
And
Oh my
Beta
gosh.
Bamberg Face, he's like, "Ha ha 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 ha. While you guys are dancing, I've stolen the 7 Whirlybouts. And now I can become a truly terrifying monster. That monster is Baldy." And Baldy is very powerful, as you can tell. You can tell
Founders, basics, and education and learning.
exactly.
That's
You
me.
can tell that he's powerful by the hue shift on him, where he goes yellow mode, because yellow means powerful, right? So
Golden Baldy.
Golden Baldy, right? Oh, what the heck? Why would? But he loses all his powers. Oh, never mind. He gets him back. It's okay.
Yeah, there.
But he loses his powers while he goes to kill them, right? But you know what? The three, they work together, and the power of friendship, right? they summon many characters from X's past, such as,
Oh my god.
but not limited to,
Oh no.
circumcised expunged sprite sheet. But circumcised expunged isn't very powerful, so he dies pretty fast. Another character that they summon is Baby Jenkeries.
Baby Jankaries.
But since Baby Jenkeries is indeed a baby, they just throw Baby Jenkeries at the Golden Baldy. But Golden Baldy is too powerful, right? And, well, you're not gonna like what happens next. Trigger warning, child death. You won't believe what happens.
This is going to
Baby
be sort of
Jenkeries, he starts to get
horrific.
very noisy. And too noisy. And, well, it gets worse from there. Because after that, he gets spherized. And that makes him start to die.
No.
And then he gets hue shifted into the one character from that Noel song I forget the name of.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the freak? Why would you do that? So they start having a dance battle all together, right? And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And Golden Baldy, well, he isn't going to stand for these games. He hates playing games. That's why his name is Baldy, right? So he starts killing them. But then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, oops, this comes to save him.
That's the next war.
And it comes down like a meteor at first. First it starts very small, right? And they're like, what's that in the sky? And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually it hits Baldy. And he gets covered with the redacted X Edwar virus.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna have to go. Bye.
And,
Yeah,
well,
By yourself.
Baldy turns into dead. And, well, all three of them are left, but because Baby Jenkeries is indeed a baby, he dies because he didn't have proper medical treatment. Because he's a baby.
Is that it? That's it.
Almost. And, well, X, Whirlybout, and Shirtless Marcelo, they all live happily ever after, right? They start a band, with their little guitar. Look. This is his guitar.
What instrument is that?
It's a guitar.
I think that's the banjo.
And, Whirlybout, he starts playing the drums. Can you believe that? An X? X just keeps being X. He learns how to play
I don't want to
FL
judge his setup, but
the FL Studio 25.
My god. Also, I'd like to note that the FL Studio 25 becomes green later in life.
Of course.
It goes through
It starts
development.
to mold as you do, of course. Like luck. And, well,
yeah, the more you use FL Studio, the greener it becomes. Now.
And, well, we had some good news for Whirlybout too, right? Because he finally gets to fall in love with his high school sweetheart. Let me draw Whirlybout first, real fast, right? Purpleybout.
Wait. So, like, dude, how the fuck did Kaneko know? Look at this. Look what Kaneko just sent me.
What?
How did she know that there was Whirlbi activity going on?
She has the Whirlbi sense. And, well, This Whirlbi,
Maybe because you
this Whirlbi has a lot of hair.
You are radiating a Whirlbi right now. You're radiating Whirlbi.
This is Mrs. Whirlbi. And you know, they get married and they live happily ever after. And that's the end of the story.